Hi friends, so we're gonna discuss 9 reasons why you should get Microlocs. In no particular order, I'm going to shuffle them and read them at random. Let's start with the first one. You're going to be a trendsetter. You are going to be unique. Microlocs are not very common. Even a few years ago, regular locks weren't very common amongst women. Just understand that a lot of people are going to be hopping on the microlock train. You need to be first and be a trendsetter. Next, it's going to be travel friendly. So microlocks are a perfect hairstyle for travel in any weather. As you already know, locks in general can sustain any form of humidity, and it's not that difficult to wash sand out of your hair just as you would with braids. Also, you don't have to pay a whole ton of money for braids, but then you also don't have to wear weaves or anything that you would be worried about humidity negatively affecting. Next, it's going to be a new hair journey. It's going to be a reset. Honestly, I'm speaking for myself. I love a new hair journey and a reset because it just feels like I'm reinventing myself and that I'm coming bigger and better. So, next, it's an evergreen hairstyle. This kind of piggybacks off of being travel friendly. The fact of the matter is, microlocks is gonna look good in the winter, in the summer, in the spring, and in the fall. Even though it's raining, you don't have to rush and cover your hair. You'll be fine. So the fact that microlocks is evergreen is like one of my favorite plus sides. Next, low maintenance. Low maintenance, but this comes with a caveat. So while you don't have to buy a whole ton of products, you don't have to do your hair all the time. With microlocks, there is something called retying, which, remember, you have about 500 or so locks in your hair. And what you have to do is essentially you have to sew that microlock in through the root, essentially retying it, almost like how we used to do with lanyards when we used to kind of braid it or like weave it together. Essentially, you're doing that so that you can reinforce the lock at the root. That will take time, but the good news is you only have to do that once every 6 weeks or so. Now, when we talk about low maintenance financially, if you do your microlocks yourself, microlocks are essentially free. It just costs some sweat equity. But if you are going to depend on someone to do your locks for you, then obviously it will come at a cost, and a pretty hefty one at that. If you are worried about that, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I do show you a ton of DIY techniques. And it's very important to follow my channel because I continue to show you the journey, the pros and cons, and what mistakes to avoid. Let's go to the next one. It will get long. So your microlocks will get long no matter what you do. Even if you try for it not to, it's gonna grow. And that's really good news for 4C ladies because a lot of us have maximum lengths that our hair grows to. My hair basically reached its maximum at about 7 or 8 inches, and I had to account for shrinkage. So it's really cool to have a hairstyle that I know as long as I don't cut it, is gonna continue to get longer and longer to whatever length that I deem it most beautiful. I'm gonna be able to curl it and I'm gonna be able to wear it straight. So that's all good news when it comes to microlocks. Let's go to the next one. It's free. So obviously this does come with a caveat. Microlocks are free as long as you're doing it yourself. I encourage people to figure out how they're going to deal with their microlocks themselves. I do empathize with hairstylists and locticians who make money doing this, but honestly, it is a very important hairstyle to maintain if you were to go to professionals to do it. And I just don't want people to be diverted from getting microlocks simply because it's expensive. As long as you can and have the patience to do it yourself and learn how to do it, if you don't already know how, please take that time and don't be deterred from getting microlocks due to the price. Now let's see what the last one is. Boost confidence. I am happy this is the last one because I would love to end on this note. Microlocks boosts confidence. I don't know what it is. It is a superpower. This thing boosts my confidence from, I would say, out of 10, if I started at a 4, I am now at like an 8 or 9, and my Microlocs are still very short. I guess it's just the promise of knowing that my hair is just going to continue to grow, it's going to flourish, it's going to be free, not going to cost me anything, it's going to be vibrant, people are going to compliment it all the time. I'm just going to wear it in so many different styles. I'm going to look so beautiful with it. I think just that promise is what has my confidence super high right now. Just also knowing that, like I said before, being a trendsetter, knowing that I am not of the majority of people, how my hair looks is different. So that's kind of cool, and that gives me confidence because I think that I will stand out with Microlocs. So that's pretty cool. So the last one was boost confidence. Take that one to the heart because I'm so glad it was last, because for all of you who have lower confidence out there, who thinks that their hair can kind of add some confidence to their lives, be sure to ask any questions you want in the comments, whatever you, or even just suggest a topic that you want me to talk about so that I continue to encourage and motivate you to get those Microlocs. Anyway, thanks for listening. I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.